Good morning and welcome back to a new video. This video we are going to talk about the fire. This will be a fire debrief about our experience, what we've learned, and
whilst being mauled by a cow.
Moving forward. This was your idea to come and film this down here.
I know.
It's also raining. It started raining about 4 in the morning. Heavy rain. Which is good because we had another fire that started in Sandermill yesterday.
And luckily got put out straight away.
Well, luckily because of the heavy rains at 4 in the morning, everything got put out. So, where should we start? What happened on the Friday? The Friday that the fire moved from Arganel, Purdue, Arganel to Oliveira do Hospital. Our neighbour has just decided to start angle grinding.
So you're not allowed tea. You're not allowed tea. Never mind then. Shall we go back and I'll go to the shops and try again later? Or you can just finish this video upstairs. I'm sorry, that's quite funny.
I don't know why I listen to you.
Well, you'll be the same in the house. Or the cow drinks.
Right, so let's start with what happened. Can you not have her facing her legs towards me, please, when I have my back facing her?
So dramatic. Only a little cow kick.
Let's talk about what happened on the Friday. So the Thursday night, the fire sort of moved its way down, across the river, across 2 rivers, and was coming from 2 sides. The right-hand side was the village right next to us, Santelveia, and then the bottom side, which was over Rio Alva. And then the back of our hill, Rua de Grey.
That side and that side. And everything went black and was covered in smoke. And there was so much fire, there were no firefighters available until midnight to come and put ours out.
It started to come close at about 11 o'clock in the morning. At about 11 o'clock in the morning, I walked up to the top of the hill where you can have a better view of where everything is. And at the same... Sylvie, stop trying to eat the camera. Sylvie, leave it. Sylvie, leave it.
It might not have been the...
Sylvie, leave it. Leave it. Oh my god, she's eating the tripod.
Shall we go and video upstairs? I think this might have been a silly idea.
No, it's just hurry up.
Well, okay, go on then.
So yeah, at about 11 o'clock, I went up to look at there because at that time everything was just starting to turn pitch black. There was so much smoke that we could no longer see which direction the flames were coming from. So as I walked up there at that same time, the entire village started walking down because I think they also started realising that
it had got close.
It's approaching and we should have a plan. So we all got up there, we were all having a chat, and I remember asking one of our neighbours, like, so at which point do you guys exit? And he was like, what do you mean exit? We don't exit, we stay here, because we had an exit plan. We were going to put the cow and the goats in the back of the van and drive up to our friends who live about 10 minutes away. But then that plan changed very quickly because as we were
planning to go,
literally as we were taking the goats into the van, we spoke to them on the phone. No, we spoke to them on the phone and they said their evacuation team can't evacuate farm animals, which would be a total waste of time for us going there and then having to move everyone again with nowhere else to go. So then we made the decision to just put the goats in the middle of the village with the other goats where it's safer, bang in the middle, and then moving Sylvie up to our top terrace next to the house.
Ready to run up if we needed to.
So if we needed to exit, we could just stick Sylvie in the van and go.
We did also have an offer from someone, new friends in Madoish to put the animals at theirs. 20 minutes drive away north.
Yeah, but after speaking to the neighbours, I think it was reassuring to know that they weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
They were going to stay here. They have water pumps. They have trucks ready to go. And yeah, I think it made more sense to stay. It felt safer to stay than to be on the road at that point, because at that point the fire had already crossed the main road.
Yeah, it was already there.
So if you're going to go, where are you going to go?
Okay.
But also, like, when you need to evacuate, people will come and tell you need to evacuate. So there is no point blocking the road, not giving access to firefighters and other people evacuating, when it's not actually time for you to evacuate.
That's fair.
Do you want to talk about the firefighters?
Fourth
Go
thing.
on, talk about the firefighters.
I mean, so we joined the Bombeiros a while ago, and then due to the fact that we don't speak Portuguese well enough, we had to stop.
In January,
because it got to the
radio control session, and we realised that this was not going to work with our level of Portuguese.
Yeah, just not an option.
A chicken? You want me to send a chicken?
2 bricks and a hamster? What the fuck? No, it wasn't working on that level. I mean, the thing is, there aren't enough. They are underfunded. There are not enough of them. They don't have enough planes. Poor things. The actual Bombeiros themselves work so hard. Yes, you cradle that cow. And also, there's a whole load of politics around it as well now, with the people who run it and do the operations. So it's getting a bit confusing just to see who's where and with what. And then there's the whole issue with the seaplanes breaking down.
But also, people that, having spoken to neighbours and friends and people who live around here, our closest neighbour, who sort of went around on that Friday after things became a little bit more stable in our area, and he firsthand witnessed firefighters just watching houses and villages go up in flames and not doing anything.
Not the houses and villages. The one that they'd watched.
But even when it got close to the houses, they didn't do anything.
No, when it got to the house, they did something. They put it out when it hit the house.
No, they went on the phone and then they had to wait for the go-ahead from the chief
to save the house.
The firefighters to say whether or not they could use the water to save that house.
Yeah. It does seem that there's a little bit of bureaucracy involved, more than one expects, for firefighting.
When you have to wait for orders
to put a
fire out next to a house, like, who is making those decisions?
Well, also there's this whole thing about the difference between the people who run the fires locally, who know what they're doing locally, and the guys who run the fires in the main offices, the control system. And there's a lot of aggro about the people who run the control system stuff having a whole load of politics involved, and the first guy being an absolute expert and saving a whole load of stuff, and then it being changed out for someone who didn't know what they were doing. So it's all a bit confusing as to who actually, culpability for failure is always a thing.
But also, that's not us saying that the firefighters did nothing. It's just that it is true that that situation could have been better managed earlier on, and it just wasn't. And it got to a level where nobody knew what they were doing, and people felt like there could have been more done by those in authority.
Yeah, you did get the feeling that people were dissatisfied.
Because even here, when we were here and when the fire got to the next village, where were the firefighters? Like, people stay in their own houses and on their own land, because if they don't stay to save their own land, nobody else is going to do it for them.
Yeah, there's a real feeling of that.
Yeah. I
mean, also, whilst the actual direct firefighters themselves are incredibly brave and doing a really hard job, the operational side, I think, needs a little bit of tarting up.
Yeah. Moving forward post-fire, well, let's just say that we've learned a lot. Our priorities for the next few weeks and few months have changed.
Oh my God, Sylvie. Ew, my God, you got the whole thing.
Ew, that is so wet.
Well, this is going in the laundry.
Our priorities for the next few weeks and months have changed.
Yeah.
Because we will now be focusing on clearing everything around our land, taking down every single tree that is on our hill, taking down every single tree that we possibly can around the border of our land. And
replacing them with cypress.
I think you can see on some of the videos there is a eucalyptus forest directly to the bottom right hand side of our land, which is owned by somebody
who's not here,
who has not lived here. I think he bought the ruin 10 years ago, never moved here, never managed the land, never did anything. So we're just going to cut down his trees. We are sort of at the point, and I think a lot of people share this similar feeling and attitude, that we no longer care who owns this land. If it borders our land and if it puts us at risk and our animals at risk, we're taking it down.
Yeah.
We don't care, we're taking it down.
And I think there's sort of a general lack of concern.
Yeah,
from everyone about it, because everyone's just like, yeah.
At this point, nobody actually gives a shit.
Yeah.
This is your tree? Look at me take it down.
which is fairly comedic, especially as it's a foreigner, not a Portuguese person. So yeah, we can just hammer in. Do we have any regrets about moving here after that experience?
Do you?
No, not really.
No!
I mean, I've had shittier days.
I mean, let's be honest, this year has not been an easy year.
No, I've had better.
Although, you know, is it ever an easy year for us?
I don't know what an easy year is.
My life has not been easy. Yeah, no, we have no regrets. I think it just makes you want to take measures in order to better protect yourself and your animals and your land, and that's how we feel about it. We don't regret the decision to move here. We just want to be smarter about protecting our land and our animals, and that's it.
No, I think so. Off-grid versus neighbours. We have neighbours, other people don't.
When we're looking for farms, we wanted to be completely off-grid. And do we regret that decision?
What, to move around
of being
people?
Completely off-grid?
We're not completely off-grid.
Of not being completely off-grid?
Not being not completely off-grid. Io non fallo. No, having people around I think is actually better. Village life has a bit more charm to it.
Yeah, we've realised that if
a bit of community.
If we were off-grid and experiencing this on our own,
it would have been much more disturbing.
It would not have been pleasant at all.
Whereas with everyone around, and there's quite a sense of sort of community on it. And
the sense of community was reassuring. The sense that people knew, because they had experienced this in 2017, they knew what they were doing, they had a plan. And they were sort of telling us that it's not that bad.
Yeah.
The worst part is watching it come, but once it's here, survival mode kicks in and it's not that bad.
Yeah. It was also nice to meet a bunch of the people from up at the top of the village I hadn't met before to come over.
Yeah, we were literally all just up there for hours and hours that day, from morning to 11 o'clock at night when the firefighters actually showed up. Just having a chat, just talking to everyone.
It was very zen, actually, in a sort of high-octane way.
So I'm glad that we do have neighbours. I'm glad that we are part of a village.
I would say that when we say we're part of a village, there's, 150 metres to the village for us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our village doesn't have a cafe, though. It needs a cafe. I feel it's low that they don't have a cafe. Salem!
So yeah, I think if you are looking to move,
a dash of village.
Being not so off-grid might not be the worst idea.
Yeah, has a certain charm. Come on, miss.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
It's quite pleasant to have people to chat to.
Yeah, and
during these
helpful.
traumatic situations.
I think the important thing I say about being next to a village is that they're not so helpful on sort of like your basic stuff, but on emergency days.
Yeah.
When the shit goes wrong, you can rely on, especially
when shit hits the fan, you have the village to rely on.
Yeah, and the Portuguese to be useful.
Oh, the cow is going to play with the ball.
Cow playing with the ball. Cow playing with the ball. Cow playing with the dog. Run away! Salem.
Stop exciting her.
Salem, leave the cow alone.
So yeah, that's our fire debrief. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Oh, right in the mouth.
Thank you.
Right. Cow thinks I'm a scratching post. Oh my gosh, she's got my kneecap moving.
Oh my god! That was so rude! Ew!
Do you want to use my shirt to wipe it off because it's already covered in cow?